Grinding in video games. You either love it or you absolutely hate it. And when it comes to JRPGs, grinding is usually part of their DNA. Whether you're neck deep in a hypnotic loop of leveling up, unlocking and leveling a wide array of classes, or prepping for that one absurd post-game super boss. In this video, I'm highlighting 5 JRPGs that made me say, okay, just one more battle, and then kept me hooked for hours. Let's kick things off with a classic. Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age flips the popular franchise on its head with a unique combat system and a fascinating ensemble of party members. Combat here shakes things up as the game encourages you to use its Gambit system to program your characters to act a certain way based on conditions that you've set. Want to designate a party member to heal allies that fall below 30% HP? Done. Want another to constantly steal items from foes with full health? Easy. You can even set up automatic elemental attacks that exploit enemy weakness. The possibilities are endless here, and all of this paired with a license board system where each character's growth path is completely customizable, and each character's build consists of a blend of 2 selectable class paths. And if that wasn't enough, the Zodiac Age version lets you crank the game speed up to 2 times or even 4 times, which makes grinding feel less like a chore and more like fine-tuning a high-speed engine. It's weirdly hypnotic and fun to calibrate your party like a machine and just revel in the masterpiece you've created as you watch them rapidly blitz across maps in a continuous loop of progression, leveling up on repeat while you gain skills and fine-tune your party's gambits. If you're into tactical party building and satisfying combat automation, Final Fantasy XII is one of the most addicting grinds in the genre, complemented with a masterful slow burn narrative. Next up is a series that takes the genre back to its roots. The Etrian Odyssey HD series brings the classic Nintendo DS dungeon crawlers to modern platforms, and they're still just as fun to get lost in. These games are all about planning, experimenting, and embracing the grind. You create your own guild from scratch, picking portraits, naming your crew, and choosing from a lineup of unique classes. Etrian Odyssey 3 has some especially creative class design. The Arbalest fires giant cannons that tear through enemy formations, while the Wildling summons animals like snakes or tigers to harass and disrupt enemy lines, essentially commanding a little wilderness strike force. And then there's the Farmer, who on paper sounds like a meme, but as you progress turns into a weirdly useful support unit that can boost party XP through a skill called Earth's Bounty, and can rush your party back to town by using the 2 Market ability in a pinch. They make the grind feel less about brute force and more about optimization and creativity. The grind loop is satisfying because it's multi-layered. You're leveling classes through turn-based encounters, collecting materials to sell back in town, unlocking new gear to delve deeper, and of course, mapping every single tile by hand. That's right, exploration is fully first-person, and part of the charm is feeling like a professional cartographer sketching out your own dungeon map as you go. Treasure chests, secret pathways, locked doors, every detail matters, and every floor is an enigma worth solving. These titles are methodical and immersive, enhanced by auto-battle, sped-up combat, and modernized controls. And with the story taking a back seat, it's all about the moment-to-moment decision-making, and that just one more floor feeling. Next up, we have one of my favorites. Channeling vibes from Super Nintendo-era JRPGs, Team Asano, the minds behind Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy, crafted something special with Bravely Default Flying Fairy. It's a love letter to classic Final Fantasy, but with endless customization and a modern twist. You build a party of 4 that feels like a clever callback to the OG Warriors of Light, but with way more room to get weird. Similar to Final Fantasy V, each character can unlock and level dozens of classes, mixing and matching passive skills and secondary job abilities to create quirky combinations. I loved using a white mage that tore through foes with a heavy broadsword, and a spell fencer that imbued their arrows with the elements to tackle enemy weakness. It's mind-numbingly fun to tinker with builds, chase new job unlocks, and grind out your next passive ability. Combat is turn-based but with a twist. You can default to store turns or defend, or brave to act multiple times at once. This creates a rhythm of risk and reward, where timing your burst window can completely swing the fight, or even take out your opponents in one swift turn. And because you're earning XP, gold, and job points at the same time, every battle feeds multiple systems. You can even crank the speed to 4 times and boost your encounter rate to 200% if you really want to lean into the grind. Bravely Default somehow makes every step of the grind feel meaningful, and when your weird little build finally works, it's incredibly satisfying. Next up, imagine if RuneScape and Animal Crossing had a JRPG baby with MMO-esque grinding. In Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, instead of just leveling characters through combat, you choose from a dozen lives, aka jobs or classes, ranging from Ranger to Tailor, Angler to Alchemist, and more. And yes, every single one of them has its own skill tree, gear progression, and unique mechanics that supplement diversity to your grind. The sandboxy freedom here is really special, as you can fight monsters, go mining, chop trees, forge swords, cook meals, and turn those meals into buffs for your next deep dungeon run, in which you can grind out multiple classes to complete objectives. And yes, all of this can happen in just a short playsesh. The game does a great job of being flexible, as you can play for 10 minutes or 10 hours at a time. Switching lives on the fly feels seamless and adds some flavor to the mesmerizing grind, which means you're constantly bouncing between goals, and everything you do contributes to something. Fantasy Life is a cozy and addicting dopamine dream. Rounding out the list is Star Ocean: The Second Story R, a stylish action JRPG remake with one of the most satisfying combat grind loops around. Combat feels electric and precise, with real-time dodging, combo chains, and flashy special attacks that level up over time. Each character has a unique playstyle. All of these components add up to a truly addicting combat system full of pixelated flourish and satisfying combos. To further elevate the grind, the chain battle feature allows you to link enemy parties by gathering multiple enemies in the overworld or dungeons. Players will then be put against waves of enemies that multiply your rewards. By defeating enemies, landing critical hits, or breaking foes, you'll build up a bonus gauge that grants buffs to your party based on the battle formation that you've set. These bonuses can include extra XP, increased money earned, and more, and they persist between fights, making them super valuable during grind sessions. However, the gauge resets if you mess up a perfect counter, get hit by a surprise back attack, or if your current character gets KO'd. There's a risk-reward loop baked into this system. Play well, and your grind gets even more efficient. And you're not just gaining XP. You're earning SP and BP to level up active combat skills, unlock new techniques, and improve specialties that open up the game's deeper systems. Like item creation, a signature feature of the series that lets you craft gear, food, books, and even art using talents like cooking, alchemy, and customization. It's flavorfully deep, and gives the grind more than just stat boosts to look forward to. Item creation allows you to break the game if you want, by remaking gear and creating items that enhance your party. Now add in multiple recruitable characters, hidden talents, post-game content, and several difficulty modes. Star Ocean 2 gives you endless ways to grind, experiment, and grow stronger. Whether you're yearning for perfect dodges or perfect dishes, the loop here is fast, flashy, and fantastically fun. And if you're like me, sometimes grinding isn't about the goal, but rather getting lost in the loop. Got a grindy game that you secretly love or hate? Drop it in the comments because I read every single one. And hey, remember to take care of yourself and your party members. Until our next quest, I'll see you later.